you saw One Ring's tweet yesterday.
Which one?
One Ring. They tweeted they tweeted out. I just got linked into this earlier, saying we've challenged these content creators in inverted commas. No, they are content creators because they create content, unlike you. You adhere to Amazon. That's what you do, and then you chill for a series which goes against everything Tolkien stood for. But there you go. That's okay. It's a good start. We've challenged these content creators to demonetize their Lord of the Rings content to show their love comes from a place of true passion. If ever there's a moment of projection right there. That hate has no place in fandom. Thus far, it's only monetized reactionary content. You can always track everything, and it will come down to money with these people, right? These projectionists. Hey, we can't make anything from this. We can't create content, which actually that's fucking amazing. Gondor.
That's beautiful.
All shit I bought before I fucking YouTubed. Okay.
Yeah, they can't create anything.
Put
they
it
are
on.
the reactionists. They are the ones who react to people who speak out, who genuinely have passion and love for the series, for the characters, for the books, for the movies, whether it be for this animation back in the day. And so it's just the projection element of it is so laughable to me. Stop your livelihood and stop your spread of truth. So we can continue to do our shilling for Amazon.
Yeah, for whatever, for goodie bags, for access.
Yeah, for access. You destroyed your reputation for access.
But that's the thing they have, and the One Ring. What have they got? Like they've got like 100,000 followers on Twitter easily.
More, I think.
They get no engagement, no interest in anything that they say. They're a dead channel.
Dude, those accounts are so strange when they have like 1 million followers and 1 like. It's like, what?
Yeah,
how does that even happen?
Drinker, you could tweet out, I ate toast for breakfast and a beer, and you'd probably get thousands of interactions on that tweet alone.
But that's what they've become. And so we almost don't have to care what they have to say about anything because their opinions aren't worth listening to.
But they become everything that they hate. They become everything that they claim to have stood against. They're everything against the works of Tolkien. That's what they are now. They've become, and it's just, oh man, this is why shows, TV, comics, movies, it's all falling apart because the very people who used to like it have now aligned ideologically with a specific side, and that has become the proving element of what they want their content to be created around, ideology, against something which wasn't ideologically driven. It was something that was created to create British folklore, return some British folklore to a country that had lost it. A story of good versus evil. Something as I know it's not quite as basic as that, but it's a basic good versus evil with amazing characters that were built from the ground up, lore, which is built from the ground up, civilizations built from the ground up, language built from the ground up.
I think it's interesting that what we have now is this weird industry of, like, they call them Tolkien Scholars or self-professed Tolkien Scholars, where it's basically just people with their own hang-ups and their own views, and that they try to then project onto the work of Tolkien. And it's weird because they're picking the bones of something that was made 70 years ago, more than that, probably. Like they're not capable of creating anything of their own. And so all they can do is try and read meanings into things that didn't really have that. Like we discussed earlier, like with the friendship of Sam and Frodo, there was a kind of innocence and a purity to what Tolkien had created. He just wanted to tell a good story that fired his imagination, that I guess reflected some of his experiences in war and the world, and that would inspire people and bring them joy and entertainment. That's why he did it. He wasn't trying to make some fucking allegory for alphabet community people in the world of Gondor, or trying to use it as some metaphor for being gay in an unaccepting world. That wasn't what he was trying to do. He just wanted to tell a fun story, man. And it's really indicative, I guess, of where we're at as a culture, where we're not creating great stories of our own anymore. We're picking the bones of what previous generations have made and obsessing over them and projecting our own fucking weird hang-ups and obsessions onto it. That's what we're becoming now because of people like that. And somehow they're being enabled, they're being indulged, and they're almost being encouraged to do this ridiculous shit. And it's sickening because they're awful. Like what they're doing isn't adding to anything. It's not adding to the world. It's not making any of our lives better.
No. Lord of the Rings certainly did.
Well, for one, I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, but it's not the only thing I cover. And in response to them, stop taking money at your job. What the fuck are you talking about? Once Lord of the Rings is good, I'd be happy. I'd be happy.
Gary, it's nonsense. It's just a nonsense because they know, they work wherever it may be. They earn their money. We work in our places. We make our money. The reason why they're doing it to say, "Oh, stop," don't make any money from this, is the jealousy element of it.
Well, the fact of the matter is, we just gave our opinions on something that Amazon made. Amazon produced something, made something, spent a lot of money, and we just react. I just gave us honest opinion. If it was good, I'd have told you it was good, but it's not. I've been watching Hollywood for a long time. I started covering a lot of very good stuff when I started my channel, where I did everything for free because it was. I had a conversation with an old friend of mine a couple days ago. I haven't talked to him in a long time. He used to be my best friend in high school. Right, his name was JD, and we were talking, and he's all, what's weird is you're now like. Your job is now something you've done for free for 35, 40 years. I'm all, yeah. I used to bore JD with the same conversations I do right now. Like, I've been doing this, like, I've been a dork my entire life. I have been into this shit my entire life. I have been talking about this stuff my entire life. I will continue to do it whether I make money or not. I don't give a fuck. This is the shit I've been into my entire fucking life. It just happens to be my job now. It was never fucking a plan. But no. You know what? I love it when people want to tell people what to do with their own fucking money. Go fuck yourself. Quite frankly, you little punk. But the thing is, when it comes to Lord of the Rings, I fucking love it. I love it. And the only thing we have asked, all of us, is don't fuck with the story. We haven't asked anything else to be put in. And you can't defend that, can you, One Ring? You can't. Because you've gone against everything you were about before. You've completely betrayed your own fucking audience, and you can't handle it. Sorry, go on, guys.
Oh, you're right on, man. I was just going to say as well, it's funny that people kind of assume that we're some negative force that's leading people astray. That we're influencing people to feel a certain way about shows or modern culture or whatever. They've got to ask backwards, though. The reason each of our channels has done well and become popular is because we're just saying what everyone's thinking. That's why people have subscribed to us, because we're saying the things that they feel themselves. We've been lucky enough to find a platform to do it, and we've articulated it.
Yeah.
And that's why they support us.
Yeah, we're not conforming to the narrative.
Everyone's feeling the same way about the movies that are being produced now, the entertainment that's being produced, the direction it's going, the way it's being subverted and screwed over. You know, we're not conditioning people to feel that way. They already do. They're just listening to us because we're saying what they think.
You can't force people to subscribe to you. You can't force people to watch you. In actual fact, getting somebody to subscribe to you is one of the hardest things you can do on YouTube.
Yeah, there's guides to it.
People watching Drinker, Gary, Mola, myself, that's because they want to listen to what you got to say. That's what they want. And we don't always agree. And it's funny that, you know, they talk about echo chambers and that's exactly where they live. You know, we don't always agree on everything, but the one thing that we have, which is the foundation for all of us, is we all love what we're talking about. We all love the franchises, the company, you know, or whatever the companies used to stand for, the books, whatever media it may be, video games. We all love it, and therefore we speak our own opinions from that. That's what makes people come to us, and if that's what makes something like the OneRing.net jealous and envious, so much so that they just look at how successful you're doing, how well you're doing, and they gollum it. They want that precious. They want that precious. And so they just go and they sell their soul to Amazon for some access. You need to look in the mirror. That's what you need to do. You need to stop projecting out. You just need to look in the mirror. You broke yourselves. It's got nothing to do with us.